A common question a lot of people ask, especially if they're starting in portable QRP, is what do you take? Or, in some cases, what's in your go bag? So, just coming home from some portable QRP operating at the beach, I thought I'd show you the insides of what I took. The first thing, of course, is the antenna support. No antenna, no contacts. Here, I'm using a 9 metre long squid pole. It's extendable, collapsing to a little bit over 1 metre long. Weighs about 1 kilogram. For more information on that, see some of my previous videos. Then there's the bag, a backpack with a lot of compartments, and I'll just give you a closer shot of it. Sunscreen, wire antenna, it's just over 20 metres long. This particular one is just a single length of wire, though if you wanted to, you could have little links to join up or shorten the wire, especially for the higher HF bands. On this reel is also some rope, so you can tie the antenna off at a tree. That's really handy if you've got the squid pole here that supports the centre of the antenna, so it's about 10-11 metres either side. One end goes into your transceiver, or should I say via an L-match antenna coupler, which you will need, and I'll show you later on, and the other end is tied off via the rope to a tree or fence or something like that. So that's the antenna. What else have we got? Mobile phone, though don't always bother with that. Money, don't always bother with it. Now we're getting into the real contents. A towel, handy for sitting on when the ground's a bit rough. Hat, yep, need that in our summer. Oh look here, a oki strap, handy for tying the squid pole, though I wouldn't rely on this as your only way to tie the pole. I've also got some Velcro here, which is pretty handy. Just be careful that you take enough. There are sometimes some quite fat poles that if your length of Velcro is too short, then they won't reach around and support your pole very well. So have some good length of Velcro. You might also want to take some rope as a backup. And yep, down here there is something, yeah, a bit of cheap rope that can support your pole. Also in here, pen and paper for the log. Don't bother with electronic logging. A G-clamp. If you've got a metal pipe or railing or something, then you can clamp to that for your ground. So that's handy. It's got an alligator clip on the end. This is a nice padded bag. If you have a look around Sunday markets, things like that, you can sometimes find these bags. Originally they were for camera equipment, and this one has a Velcro strap which I use to anchor the battery. This case, rechargeable, LiFePO4, 12 volt, about 7 or 8 amp hours. With this and a 5 watt transceiver, you can be operating for several hours. Very rarely do I run out of power. A microphone cord. No, it's not the coiled type. The one that I had broke after many years, so I just went into a cheap $2 shop and bought some Cat5 cable, RJ45 to RJ45, and for the FT817 that does the job fine. Not quite as flexible, doesn't coil up, but it works. Morse key, homebrew key you've seen in previous videos. L-match antenna coupler. This one covers from about 7 through to 28 megahertz. There's only 3 inductor ranges, which is not enough for some types of antennas. So if you've got a bit more space, you might want a wider range antenna coupler. Most important, the connecting cable from the FT817 to the battery. If you leave that at home, then you can't operate, so make sure you bring that. And of course the transceiver itself, the FT817. So that's pretty much it. It's a really short list. Basically, you could get a bit of paper, check them off if you want to be really organised. But basically, antenna pole, antenna wire, a half wavelength on the lowest frequency you're going to operate is a good start. So that's around 20 meters for 7 megahertz. Antenna coupler, microphone, key, transceiver, battery, fasteners for your antenna pole, a few bits of wire, some Velcro to support your antenna pole, bit of paper for the log and a pen, and that's it. So it's pretty small. You can get a lot of things at discount shops for not very much. Don't need to spend a lot of money to have a useful bag and set up for portable operating. This is just for 7 through to 28 megahertz, SSB and CW. You'll need to take a bit more for digital modes and a few extra antennas for VHF. I've described them in some of my previous videos and books. Also check out my website VK3YE.com. So that's a quick answer to the question, what do I need to take if I want to make a go bag for portable amateur radio operating?